Welcome back.
Welcome motherfucking back.
Podcast number 9.
Number 9.
Been doing it for a minute now, honestly, dude.
Doing it for a while.
Yeah.
This time we got Nathan Fillmore on.
What's up?
Homie.
Somewhat homie. Just dude I've known for a minute.
Yeah, we went to high school together.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Didn't really know you in high school,
Not a
honestly.
lot.
I knew of you though.
Right, you date? No, your brother and my sister
Yeah.
dated.
But
for
before
like
that.
2 years.
But
And-
before that, I
yeah, we
definitely knew of you.
we knew each other. So
Yeah.
but yeah, and I was friends with like Zach Warner and Tanner Allgood.
Oh,
So,
yeah. That too.
Alex Allgood is like
Yeah.
your best friend, right?
Yeah, for a minute there, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I haven't seen Alex in a while.
Why? That's
I don't know.
I haven't seen Tanner or anyone of them.
I feel like it's been
Sucks,
one of those
they're
relationships.
So funny, dude. I love.
Yeah. Dude, when I first met Alex, he brought like a new level of funny that like I had never
It's such
like
a
experienced
goof, dude.
like that category of funny. It was like
I know,
so
it's-
interesting.
They're
to
so
me.
like friendly, you know, like they can take anything, you know, and just
Yeah.
it's always just like good natured as fuck.
Yeah.
It's always cool to find a nigga that's just down, you know? That's just like,
Dude, people you
has
vibe
no
with.
standards, you know? Just
Yeah.
like someone dope as fuck.
Brings like a new style in. That's what always gets me when people bring their own style into whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Even if it's just into their conversation or their personality. If it's a new style, I feel like there's always a certain certain level of like interest always. Just because
So it's like if you have character and you're being yourself, then people will be interested in that because it's unique, because
Yeah.
it's you,
Yeah.
and you're original as yourself.
exactly.
Exactly. Most definitely.
And I feel like the key to that is just confidence. Really. That's really all it is
Right.
because you just do whatever you feel like you should do, but just have confidence in it.
We live in a society where you have to be brave to be yourself. To like everyone wants to not stand out, you know, but
But at the same time, everyone really, really, really wants to stand out.
Attention
you know?
is a drug too. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And I feel like you kind of like, everybody kind of, they all just automatically like group together. Like, depending on how comfortable you are being yourself, how brave you are to actually break out of your shell, that same amount of braveness, you're going to surround yourself with that, you know? And so like when you get like the people that like start getting those no standards, or like the ones that are just like, you know, pure themselves, you know, they're, you know, you're going to start, you know, surrounding, you know, with
The law of
people.
resonance.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Exactly. You're like
Yeah.
me, and then now I'm like you, and yeah. It's interesting. Like in life, I always tend to like I have this path that I want to go down, right? And then I'll get sidetracked with stuff, usually that are like, it's almost like an ingrained habit in me, you know, or it's just like former things that I like rely on, like smoking weed.
Mm-hmm.
I think I could probably be more productive, debatably, if I definitely like smoking weed throughout the day. Probably not a good idea. Smoking weed like after I'm done with my work as a reward. I don't know. I could smoke weed every day and probably justify it
Yeah.
if I could do that. But
Really.
I don't do that. So, I could be more productive if I didn't do that. But it's like I find myself falling back on old ways, you know, like, and it's just like a natural, easy thing to do, you know?
Yeah.
And so you can notice, like, when you fall back in the old ways, what people are around you when you're doing that, you know? And then you're like, whoa, these aren't people that I have been hanging out with lately, you know? These are, like, things that I've moved past, you know? Like, why are they still doing these, like, silly, like, juvenile, what the fuck? Like, that's not what I'm trying to be around or about. So, you know, it's interesting to, like, see just by doing different things that you're around different people, which helps shape you, and then you help shape them, hopefully all upward, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's always upward. In some sense, even if you get pushed downward, it's just so you can eventually
Right?
come
Hormesis,
back
have you heard
upward.
of what hormesis is?
Uh-uh.
So it's kind of like what working out does for your muscles, but for your cells. So it's like you give something a stress, right?
Mhm.
And then it recovers, and then it actually adapts so that it's stronger. Because it's like, this is something that could happen to me again. I'd like to not break down when that happens.
Yeah.
Right?
Almost like a scar tissue.
Exactly. So
Interesting.
there's all sorts of things that we do throughout our life, like plants. When you eat like vegetables, a lot of the plants actually have like a poison in them that it like damages us, but because of that, we become stronger from it. So like that's kind of what antioxidants and all of that is all about. It's very interesting.
Yeah, that definitely.
And
makes
you can
sense.
totally say that totally about your feelings too, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Totally makes sense. Like if you
Yeah, what do you mean?
okay, so like whenever you go through like one of those times where it's just like you're just like, oh my gosh, this is too much for me, you know? Like I want to cry right now. I want to get pissed right now. It's just like too much feeling right now because like I did this on accident or this thing came back because I did this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like after you actually go through it.
It sucks to go through it.
It sucks to go
Let's
through
just
it.
let's
Like
smoke weed instead of going.
And then-
I'd rather be high, right?
okay, and then like you can tame yourself a little bit better when it comes around to those heavy
Oh,
emotion
right,
situations.
Because
Yeah.
you've practiced it, right? Because your body,
Yeah.
you've built your resistance up, so that you're expecting that, so that next time you can handle something worse.
I feel like I had one of these situations this morning, actually, and I was thinking about it this exact same way for some
Really?
reason. Yeah,
That's
this,
cool.
this exact same way.
Dude, I love
I-
how life does that.
I know, it's crazy. And we're all just
So,
talking about it.
so.
It's crazy.
Everything is leading
Like-
up to every moment.
Uh-huh.
I think
So-
it's cool as fuck.
So Jessa woke me up in the middle of the night. It was 3 o'clock. So I remember waking up thinking, good, I still got 3 more hours of sleep. And she wakes me up and she's like, Jerrick, I got lice. My head's itching really bad. Like, dude, check my hair. I got lice. It's been itching for hours. I'm like, Jessa, you don't have lice. She's like, how do you know? I was like, because I'm a genius. That was like the only thing I could think of. But really,
Fair.
it actually kind of worked. It actually kind of worked. It was like, she actually like went
So
to bed after
therefore,
that.
if
But-
she doesn't have lights, then you become a genius. You know, like
Yeah.
well, no, that was just
you set yourself up there. I like that.
Sure.
Spike.
So because of that, for some reason, which I kind of think might be related to smoking weed, I didn't sleep for the next 3 hours.
Marijuana is life.
I stayed awake for the next 3 hours.
Sorry, cannabis.
Couldn't fall asleep for the
Really?
next 3 hours. So I woke up in one of those moods that's like, fuck, dude. I have to work a 10-hour shift right now. I got
Fuck that
4
shit.
hours of sleep.
Fuck that shit.
Like, it's
Mark.
gonna suck. It's
Yeah.
gonna suck no matter what. But then it was, you know, I had one of those
Yeah,
moments
living
where it
in
was
belief
like,
though, right?
well, if I can't handle this, then like what, you know, like,
What about
what
when
else
the end
can
of the
I,
world
yeah, like, what
comes?
about what other difficult things that I'm trying to do in my
Sure.
life? Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to explain it, but it was that kind of mindset.
makes sense.
Like,
I think
yeah,
it's
like I
really
should
good.
handle it this way to prepare me for future events, I guess.
Yeah. Dude.
But what's interesting, when you say smoke weed instead of facing it, I feel like
It doesn't.
this is weird. For me, I feel like weed makes it like more challenging in a way.
Well, I don't know. It depends.
It depends.
on
What do you mean?
Depends on the situation.
Expound upon your point.
Like like for me personally, a lot of times when I smoke weed, it makes it more challenging to like be in social situations.
Okay.
Just
I
because of
definitely-
like
especially if you haven't been smoking very much,
yeah.
then you're just like, fuck. You're like a deer in the headlights. You know,
Mhm.
like you see someone, you're like, what the fuck? They
So
know.
in a
They're looking at
sense-
everything that I do.
So in a sense, if I were to say smoke weed and then go to a social situation, then in a sense that's kind of like more difficult, you know.
It could be.
But like I definitely don't look at it that
It
way
depends.
because
Some
I want like
sativas, though, man. I go to a social situation like
That's
I
true.
gotta talk-
Yeah,
I'm
that's true,
about to talk to
exactly.
everybody.
yeah.
Are we doing
It-
cartwheels
it
right now? We're doing
depends.
cartwheels?
Yeah, hell, it depends. Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends on so many different things, I guess. Like,
Well, okay, and so my job is just one-on-one with someone I've never met, that I never know, that has an issue that I'm supposed to fix.
That's cool.
And so, like, for me, it's like, when I first got the job, I was like, you know, like, and in training class, whenever I'm learning stuff, I don't like to smoke weed because, like, I feel like it, like, does this thing so that
It-
when I do
it
smoke
makes
weed,
you
I can
forget,
still
like-
kind of do it.
Yeah.
But it's, like, kind of, it's my sober body doing it.
I wonder
and
why.
yeah, just
I
getting
know
weird
why.
like that.
Hold on, if you want to pause for a second, I
Alright.
can explain because marijuana releases a chemical in your brain called anandamide,
Okay.
which
That-
is
it's one of the 5 things you need to get into flow.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. It's one of those neurotransmitters, but your brain actually releases it right before you go to sleep to shut down your short-term memory. That's why you never like remember the process of actually like falling
yeah,
asleep.
yeah, I totally know.
Yeah, it's just
Where
like
you're
kind
like-
of shutting down
You know,
your
people
brain.
are like, you were asleep right there. You're like, no, I wasn't. I was
Yeah.
just awake. You're like,
Yeah.
dude, you've been snoring for 10 minutes. It's like,
Yeah, you,
what
like,
the
don't even
fuck?
remember.
No,
They're like 3 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, that's weird because that's chemical gets
I
released,
love
and that's
sleeping,
pretty
dude.
much what that chemical's for, is for like the shutdown process.
Cool.
Which is yeah. But anyway, back to your story.
Okay, so oh yeah, but anyway, so during training also, and then like I worked at home after training, and so like the first month, 2 months, 3 months. Okay, here's a little process. So for the first month and a half, I was like smoking weed all the time. You know, I was like, fucking, I work at home, smoking weed all day, while I work, after work, before work, everything. And so I would do it, and then like after a couple weeks, I started noticing, cause I got a pretty nice headset. It like picks up everything, and so it's like I started noticing that, you know, like the dry mouth, like the clicks and clacks of your mouth when you have dry mouth.
Huh, yeah. Okay.
And I was like, oh my god, you know. And I was
Do
like,
something about that.
well, I was like, okay, so I get like 4 calls a week that like my bosses and like different people listen to. They just random.
Right.
So if they hear that, you know, I'm fucked. So I did it for a couple more weeks, thinking, you know, if I smoked a little less, it wouldn't have it. It still was happening. And I think it was at that point because I was so analytical about it. So then I just started,
Because then you're starting to believe it, and you got confirmation bias even more, and then it's getting more pronounced.
And then I could
'cause
kind
you
of
know
hear it
that
in the
does that to
headset,
you. That's
and I was
wild.
like, oh god. So
That's
then
so
like,
funny, dude.
I was like, alright, you know what? I'm going to switch to alcohol. So I started getting drunk during,
I don't know if
and
that's the
before work.
direction we really should
And it
go.
was great.
Right.
It was great
Right.
because all the emotions throughout the day in my job, it's so fucked. And so like, it'd be like, woo, you know, let's do it.
Right, hell yeah.
And so
Drinking
just got,
is nice. It
just
feels
got
good.
the day done like solid and just like,
It doesn't
2
feel
months
good
went
to
by.
me later. I
Yeah.
feel like shit after.
And then
Dude,
2 months went
fuck.
by, and I was like, you know, I'm bossing out. Like, I'm just killing it. And then all of a sudden, I started noticing the slurs, you know? And that's when I just decided that I can't do anything at work at all.
Yeah.
Just, like, because, like, I want to be safe. I would rather have job security than get hired drunk at work.
Yeah.
So,
Dude,
And then you can get high after and
Yeah.
And then you
Exactly.
can drive and not be driving under the influence,
yeah.
which is always good to not do.
Dude, whenever I like get high at work, I always do the same. I always just like forget what I'm doing sometimes. And it's crazy. But after I went like a whole month of just microdosing and going to work. Just microdosing acid and going to work.
What's a mic?
And it was allegedly, but it was pretty fucking.
like a sixth of
It
a
was
hit.
pretty awesome. Look, yeah, but then I started upping it a little bit because like.
Because you
tolerance
kind of
and
want to
shit.
choke like a little bit.
And well, yeah, I guess.
But
one time
You get a little more energy, you know?
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah. And one time,
You got that smile on your face you can't get rid
yeah.
of.
And I actually a little while ago I started a new job, and me and my buddy were microdosing. We started this new job together.
Cool. So was it like with liquid, or did you have paper that you were cutting out?
Paper, just cutting, and yeah, we were going to work, and then we were microdosing, but then he was like, dude, just drop a tab with me. And I dropped a full tab at work,
Nice.
dude, like an idiot.
Like a
And
boss.
I'm climbing
Did
up
you
and down
handle it?
ladders
Did you
all day.
handle?
I handled it,
No, of course.
but
Of course you did. You probably kicked ass.
I don't know. The day what, like my buddy,
Besides the person that died.
my buddy, yeah, my buddy, he was like, he had like the best day ever, and he said the day flew by and was like amazing and like just wonderful and shit.
Hell yeah, that's so
But yeah, it's awesome.
Dude, it's
but,
so nice when people actually like tell you that, because it's like sometimes they'll like have a
Yeah.
great time, or like you did something great, and then they just kind of like don't say anything. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, I don't know. I feel like
Am I
expressing gratitude and like
But-
words of affirmation, such a big deal to other
Yeah,
people. Like,
but
say
fucking-
nice things.
Dude, my day went by like so fucking slow. So fucking slow. I kept forgetting like what I was doing. Like I'd get told like I'd get like a list of things to do, and then I would just like go do something and then forget like the next thing, and then it would just like I was just slipping and just like it was just like I was getting all sweaty and like
Dude, if it's
It
like
was-
getting sweaty, it's all bad.
Yeah.
and then but like nobody said anything, and like my buddy was like how was it? I was like, dude, like I don't know, it was weird. Like it was a little bit too deep for this job. Like I was up on like fucking 20-foot ladders, like fuck, just like oh my god,
Oh,
But the first rule is to not look down.
dude, you can't not look down.
You want to know how high it is. So interesting.
I went to Top Golf today.
Oh, I want to go there. That place looks
Yeah,
nice.
so like Vivint, I guess. So some of my buddies, they like work for Vivint, like Nick Hess and Mike Affleck, name drops. But it's like Vivint Solar and Vivint Smart Home, and so they're like, I don't know, Vivint has like this pass at Top Golf where they just go and then they can bring whoever they want to like recruit I guess. And so he just hit me up, and I happened to be in Salt Lake. I was like, yeah, what's up? Oh yeah, I slept in my car. So let me go ahead and come to you. And so I went to Vivint Smart Home in Lehigh. Took a little personal shower there. He brought me a towel and body wash. It was kingly, dude. And then I got free lunch at Vivint too, and I got to meet up with my friends who I haven't seen for like a couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we went up to Top Golf, got to play for free. And he had like 8 people come. They're like our crews, and like I don't know. I haven't said shit to him about working at Vivint, but I haven't decided what my summer plan is yet. You know, like who knows? I did sales last year, pest control with White Knight. I'm such a fucking hippie, dude. Like I can't tell people that they should kill bugs, especially now with spring poison on the earth, you know? So I'm like, wait, what about water? Wait, what about everything? So I don't know.
Yeah.
That didn't work for me, you know? And I'm gonna blame that for
Were you good at it?
why I was lazy. When I wasn't lazy, yeah. Yeah, I'm very personable, I'm good with people, and I can, you know, like, persuade. And if you're out there knocking, there's people that need your product, you know, like 100%. I want to do solar. Like, that's really what I think is
Solar, yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
yeah, 'cause
Really dope.
that's something you can get behind, you know, and feel like, wow, I'm actually making a huge positive impact, you know, like personally, and then you can make a fuck ton of money, dude. Like you get like, I don't know, $2,500 for getting one installed, you know, so you get 2, then that's $5,000, and you hopefully you can get that in a week, you know, like 2 people in a whole week of knocking, like.
Yeah, I feel like you could get a little bit more. You could get.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I almost bought it. People came to my house. I
Yeah,
almost got it.
right? Because you
Because
want
they have
to.
a finance plan.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, oh,
you
this
just
will be
stop
about
paying your power bill,
Yeah,
and
and
then you
just
start
switch
paying
over.
this bill, and
Yeah.
What?
apparently power bills have been rising like steadily for like the last 20 years. So they can like compare that. They're like, look, within the next 2 years, we'll get you locked into this price, and you'll actually be paying less locked into this than what the power grid is expected.
And then once it's paid off.
Yeah, exactly. Then you got free energy forever.
Yeah, and I hear if you
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
generate enough, you can
Yeah,
send
they
it back
pay
into
you.
the grid and
Yeah.
make money.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well,
I haven't
they,
heard that, but
from what I've heard, they actually like if you make it more on energy than you use, you have to give it back to the energy
whatever.
company.
That's
Oh,
chill.
really? You
But
can't, like,
they always
store
pay
it?
for it.
No,
They always
what
pay
about
for it.
Tesla, dude?
No,
They're
you
coming
can't
out
store
with
it.
batteries, dude. That's like their next big thing.
Oh,
These
yeah, if you
batteries
just plugged in a
store
bunch
stuff.
of batteries,
Exactly.
Oh,
so
really? Just-
boom, then you're storing it. But that's like, I don't know if you, that's technical. That's like, I feel like that's like a gray area. But it's not, too, at the same time.
I think it's a cool fucking like I don't know. I've looked into like ways to store energy, you know, to like that's natural because I was like really interested in solar. I almost sold it this summer, and then I just like I didn't. I was like, I don't want to fucking knock in Utah anymore. It's like 99 degrees outside, and I'm just not doing it. You know, like middle fingers to the sky. I was just smoking pot again and not caring about that. So sometimes it happens, you know. Like I get passionate about some stuff. If I'm not passionate about something, you know, like I'll try it a little, and then I'm like, man, this is like so much willpower. Why the fuck am I doing this? And like the old adage is like, keep fucking doing it, you know.
Yeah, push through.
But I know I'm not a lazy person, you know, like I'll climb to the peaks of mountains, I exercise all the time, you know, like I find learning on my own, like I'm not doing nothing, you know, I'm just disciplined, I just don't give a fucking shit about this, you know,
Yeah.
so you just gotta be willing to be like, okay, even though it's scary to like give up something you've worked a long time on, you know,
Mm-hmm.
do it, you know, like quit. It's crazy. It's a hard thing to do sometimes.
Yeah.
Let go of
Just
an old
letting go,
thing, you
yeah.
know, and then
Yeah.
but letting
So,
go
leap
is
of
like,
faith.
okay, you close something so that you can open something new. Because if your cup's fucking full, you cannot fill it up with anything.
I feel like I had a situation recently like that in my life, honestly.
Yeah.
Just with when I got in that car accident, I just quit my job, basically.
Yeah.
That was kind of like that, just like leap of faith into whatever was ready for me, honestly. And I wanted to make music. That's what I wanted to do. And I couldn't find the motivation to like do it all the time, like as a day job, you know.
It's almost like sometimes you can have something that's a hobby, and then once you make it into something that you want to make money from, then it's like it loses its luster.
Yeah,
and
you're
fun,
like,
you know.
oh, the kid for 8 hours a day.
I
This
have
is
to do this.
exhausting,
Fuck
dude.
this. And then you don't want that to ruin your passion.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that's kind of what I
It's
realized
just
during
the
that.
universe saying this isn't everything you're
Yeah.
meant to do. You know?
Yeah, this is just like
Yeah,
one little
listen to
side
that shit.
side venture.
Your
you
body
know?
talks, dude, and meditation helps.
I know. I try to meditate at least a little bit every day.
If you
every
can
other
just
day
like,
at least.
even when you're driving, that's the best time
Yeah,
for me. Is like
that's-
just
that's
drive
how
and
I
just
feel,
notice
something
your
like that.
breath a little bit. You know, just like count to 4 with an inhale and count to 4 with an exhale. You know, it's like it's so easy and just like remember, cool, I'm here right now. And then think of how many good things are going on right now. You're like, cool, I'm not dead. Cool, I'm not bleeding. You know, like
That's interesting. I feel like I have a fairly different process, honestly.
yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
I feel like I try to just like stop doing anything, essentially. Like stop any type of effort being put in, which is weird because like we're always like putting in
Go,
effort
go,
like
go,
all
go,
the time,
go,
like
go.
subconsciously even
Right.
like the thoughts that are going. I feel like if you like my meditations
So
always
that's like
start
a
out
zen,
with
that's like a zen
Yeah.
meditation. that you
yeah,
do.
I feel like they always start out with a lot of thoughts going on.
Totally.
And I feel like I start to get in like kind of a state of flow with the thoughts. Like the thoughts are kind of just like going their natural path. You
They're
know?
coming
Yeah.
and going.
Yeah, they're just
They're
going,
not-
and I
they're
feel
not
like
staying.
yeah, they come to like a conclusion, and it's like oh,
Yeah.
either that doesn't matter or oh okay now it's like resolved. Now.
Do you think it's true that like we rethink the same thought? Like 90% of our thoughts are thoughts we've thought about before.
Yeah, I have thought that before, and especially
Probably
since I
because-
smoke weed and I forget a lot of things.
Totally.
So like who knows? I could be thinking the same shit every day, like
Exactly.
and just like not
And
remember.
it's because it doesn't come to a conclusion because you don't make an action out of it because you don't like do something. I think writing stuff down is extremely important.
Yeah.
We forget. Humans forget. We are
Oh, yeah.
imperfect. That's the perfect thing about us is our imperfection. You know?
Yeah,
Well,
So we always get variation.
yeah, exactly.
what if the reason that it's like that because like you keep thinking the same thoughts is it's like the same kind of thing as where like the less you're acting upon like your actual self and being your actual self is because you're like you keep thinking these same thoughts and then that 10% when you break away from those thoughts that's when you're actually being you know.
Like when you aren't in the thoughts, like when you're basically like in a flow.
It's so weird to think
kind
that
of
you're
like-
not your thoughts. It's such a hard. It's like wait.
Well, like what are you then? Like,
Yeah.
What are
I'm
you?
not my wants. I'm not my likes. I'm not my hobbies. I'm not my name. I'm not my body. Like
Yeah.
what am I?
What else is there? Yeah.
Goddamn.
The watcher.
The observer. Yeah. Exactly. It's like,
But then it makes you think like, what? Am I just on a roller coaster ride then? Like, am I just getting taken for a
Matrix
ride?
is real.
Like-
Fucking.
That's what I always think and I'm like no.
I definitely, that's why I feel like it's definitely, we were talking about this last month, but I feel like it's definitely some sort of simulation. Just because I feel like a simulation
Veil of
could just,
lie, dude. It's all a game. It's all
Yeah.
illusion. It's all in our heads.
and a simulation doesn't mean,
The fact
at
that
least
the
to me, it doesn't
occipital
mean that it
nerve
was
creates
created
stuff
by
for
somebody.
For us to see, like.
It does, for me at least, a simulation
Yeah.
doesn't mean somebody fucking made it. And
Yeah.
it's
Like,
put
Like it
on
doesn't
the
have to be
computer.
like
it's.
a divine design, like a master.
I feel
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, there's
Like, you
definitely
think,
there's
like
definitely
some
no
sort of,
master.
Like Big Bang sort of thing could have made it happen, or like something like. Is that what you're saying?
I don't even know for sure, but I definitely feel
Because I
there's-
see what you.
It doesn't make it conclusive evidence that there's
think-
God.
I think
I'll
I know
give
what
you
you
that.
Yeah,
mean.
exactly. Because everybody
It's not
hears
conclusive.
everybody hears simulation, especially when I talk about it, everybody hears simulation. It's just like, oh, we're just in some
Yeah.
computer game or whatever, and they seem to think that I've lost life, and I don't even necessarily believe it.
Yeah. It's
It's
another
just
theory,
something
yeah.
that I think.
Well, it doesn't
could
change how
possibly-
you act. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's-
And I totally lost my train of thought. Fucking whatever that chemical is.
That anandamide is
Yeah.
getting you right now.
Yeah, but
With simulation. Do you know?
yeah, whatever the simulation. Oh yeah, people think it's like whoops, my bad. People think it's ridiculous because they're like, oh, it's just a computer, but I don't know, like why would that make it lose significance? Because like maybe if it was just a computer or whatever, this whole consciousness or whatever.
Definitely still feel like
Then-
your willpower, you know.
Yeah, well then
We're
maybe we
creating it.
somehow chose
So-
whichever level we get to be on, you know, and whichever
Yeah.
existence.
That's a cool thought.
Yeah, like
Yeah, we did choose where we're at.
yeah.
Did we choose like how to have like the things our parents gave us genetically? You know, like the way we look.
Yeah, see,
I
that's
don't know.
that's
But-
debatable because that's like,
That
did
is
we have
debatable.
choice in the afterlife, or did we just like end up here and now we have free will,
But what the Indians believe is that
or
the life that you're put
The
into
natives?
after reincarnation is dependent upon I don't know which religion it is in India because there's so
Oh,
many there,
India.
but There's one where
Hinduism?
they believe that it's probably Hinduism because it's the major one, but I don't know.
It's probably
There's
like
too many out there.
It's probably like
I'm not gonna throw in.
Dude, I think
I'm not gonna
fuck
throw in
that.
any names, but they believe that like when you're reincarnated into your next life, it all depends on like what you did in your previous
Your
life.
karma.
Like what kind of parents you're born into, what kind of life you're born into. It all depends upon
karma.
your previous life. Yeah, your
Don't
karma.
they call it your like? Don't they call that like your like what your caste is into? Your
Oh, your
karma,
the caste
or whatever.
system, yeah. Which was a horrible idea, honestly.
It was a horrible
Caste-
idea, but that's why they
Is that what you're
don't.
talking about? The caste system? Is that what you-
No.
Oh. Well,
What is that then?
it's where it's like when because like
Castes. It's
because if they believe this,
Like
okay,
your
that
rich,
that
medium
that like
class.
the worst people get born into like the lower class families, then eventually that started to separate
caste
people.
just means class.
Yeah, it started to separate
okay.
people into classes, and it was just a like it turned into, especially
Sounds
as we
cool
got
to think
into
class, though.
modern ages, it got to like really just like a prejudice kind of system, like a just very judgmental system, and they completely got rid of it from what I heard.
I don't know though, because I heard that it was part of the religion.
Yeah, it was, but I don't think it's still happening today, from what I heard. But I don't know.
Religion's
I don't know
from
much about
God,
it.
so it's good. So if you could talk nice about it, that'd be nice.
All right.
Thanks. Thanks there, buddy.
Yeah, religion is one of those topics that you can only
God,
talk
it
about
makes
with certain
feisty,
people.
You know, it's like,
Yeah.
Like certain people, you could be just like, no, I
like
couldn't
religion
really.
and politics, dude. You gotta. Be
Yeah,
careful
like no, I
with
couldn't
each
really
other.
talk about that thing with that dude because
Trump
like
sucks. That's
it just
what
wouldn't, it wouldn't clash.
But
It
he's
wouldn't
right
connect
about the
with their
Chinese
beliefs.
stealing our jobs.
Yeah.
I think
That's
though
it.
that's why in 95% of every job that I worked at, you can't talk about religion or
You
politics.
can't speak Chinese.
In Panda Express, you could.
Alright, yeah, that's the 5%.
Yeah, I don't like Trump or anything, but I do not like how the like I
Mexicans
don't
keep
like
coming
Trump or the no
Fucking
no I
need
don't
a
like
wall.
Trump or either side. I don't like the government.
That's
Like,
why we need a wall for the sides.
yeah, I don't like the government period. But
Right, they kind of.
I do not like how
9/11.
the I do
Sorry,
not
sorry.
react. That's good.
I'm kind of drunk.
I do not like
Inappropriate.
how the left wing is reacting to like the whole Trump thing
Yeah.
by like beating up
Being an
people.
asshole back,
Yeah, and like
They're fighting fire with fire. That,
well, and they're being way worse than any of the right wing
What
has
did
been through the
Buddha
whole
say?
thing.
It's
And it's
like-
kind of and exactly. I don't think it's making it any better. I think
Yeah.
it's making everything worse.
You know what I always
Kind.
think when I see stuff like that? Like, what if that's just like, let's say that's the left wing doing it to the right wing. What if that's just the right wing's way of making the left wing look bad
Ooh, yeah, they're
by
pretty smart.
making like fake people be
Oh.
like pose as Democrats basically. You know, like I feel like I was talking to someone about this the other day.
Yeah,
where,
but
like,
I
you can like
Oh.
place fake people in like
Yeah.
protests and turn it into a riot basically, which automatically shuts down the protest.
Yeah,
So like if
But-
if you really want to get rid of any protest, all you have to do is get some people to go in and start being violent.
if you really think about it though,
How
you
about
gotta
that?
think.
Just bail them out.
Yeah, but if you really think about it, you gotta think about how people get their egos wrapped up
Yeah,
in politics
and I do
how
agree. I
crazy
get-
people
I know
get,
some of it for
especially
sure.
because
Egos
of
aren't real.
Trump and all the
Yeah.
shit he said.
I know, like people straight
He
think
probably
he's the devil.
yeah,
like,
exactly. So they're trying to see Trump's face in like anybody who likes Trump
yeah.
and
Donald
like
Christ
yeah.
Trump.
yeah, Donald Trump.
Jesus
Jesus Christ Trump.
Jesus Trump.
Jesus Christ Trump. The Donald Christ.
It was so funny though, cause okay, the first time I didn't know much about Donald Trump growing up, but I think the first time I
He's
saw
successful
TV
as
show.
fuck,
the
man.
first time I saw
You're
him, he was on a
fired.
TV show,
The Apprentice.
and it was something where like he was like one of the judges or
The
something.
Apprentice.
I think so, maybe.
Yeah.
I was watching it with my
that's
mom,
what it was.
and there was this girl on there, and I remember he was like, oh, I
You're
forgot
fired.
what she said.
I love.
She said something. He said something to her, And then she said something back, and then he said something back to her that was like
Oh, shit!
super sexual. No, like
Damn,
super
really?
sexual.
Did he grab her in the
No.
Did he grab her?
No,
pussy?
no, he was just a judge, so he was
He
a judge.
didn't grab her pussy yet.
And it was something about, I
Trump's a
swear it was
pussy
something about
grabber.
like her mouth or something. And
It's
it was just,
probably locker room talk.
and I was, but on live TV, and
It's
I was
all
like,
locker room talk.
I was like, oh my god, like who is this guy? Like being a little kid, like, oh, I can't believe he just said that to that like girl, you know? Like,
He'd fuck
what?
his daughter if they weren't related.
What? Is that what he said?
I heard that. I heard
Yeah,
that.
he said-
I don't know if it's true. I heard
said,
that.
no,
though.
I saw the video of him
Oh,
saying it.
really?
He said, no, he pretty much said, yeah, I'd probably be dating Bianca if she weren't my daughter. His daughter's hot as fuck.
That's a
dude.
little funny.
His daughter's like,
She's hot as
In
fuck.
the
But
right
he didn't say
context,
his
that was
thing.
why-
In the right context, that's kind of funny.
Sure, yeah, he's a funny guy, man. He's a hoot. But yeah, I'd probably like him if I hung out with him in person, you know?
Exactly.
Good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If he
I
gave me
think
money.
he-
Especially he was like, let's go to Atlanta, let's go to Vegas, let's go to Cali.
I bet he's getting so yacked out and just getting
Just
so
on his
crazy.
private jets.
Oh, dude, he's probably so fucking like stressed out since he took like the White House position.
He
Like,
probably hired
Oh.
someone to do all the shit work.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Like,
have you
behind the
seen him?
scenes,
Like lately,
He's been
like
stressed
like an
as hell.
actual smart guy.
He's like, wait, ISIS is actually aiming like missiles at us right now.
Really?
Yeah, fuck
That's
yeah. Dude.
awesome.
ISIS, their main goal is to
Fuck us up.
bring about the next apocalypse. That's their goal. Like they believe that
Oh,
they
yeah.
are like they are the harbingers of the apocalypse, and that once that happens, then just the good people will be left, and then it'll be like the new fucking year. Like this is their time. That's their goal is to fucking kill everybody basically. So yeah, that's why they need to be fucking stopped because it's not cool
Yeah.
at all.
Crazy, but like we created that.
That's crazy.
Like
I've
in a
heard that, but I
sense,
don't know
like,
how.
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm not talking like straight.
Oh,
like
totally
straight
dude.
exactly.
We
But
put the wrong people in power.
yeah,
and, shit,
and we've
like,
just
went
been
there and fucked
douches.
the show
We've
when we
just
shouldn't
been,
have.
we've been dicks for too long. Like, sure, I honestly have no idea. I
We
have
deserve
no
it, sorta.
fucking clue what's actually
Well, we
going
don't.
on over there. I have no clue. Not the
I
slightest
just listen to
idea.
Sam Harris talk about it sometimes. I love Sam.
Sam Harris is a smart motherfucker.
He's smart
dude.
as fuck, dude.
I've heard him on the
I
Rogan
listen to
Experience,
his
but
podcast. He's
I'll have to
he's
keep
cool as
in.
fuck, dude. He's like, oh my god, I love him.
yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like there must be some information that's going on over there that only very specific people actually know. You know what I mean? Like, there's probably some.
Do you think that we get all of our information from like this thought cloud of things that like the universe sort of like gifts down to us in like a muse sort of way, where like some of us are able to grasp onto this idea collectively because we're more connected to that sort of thing?
I have.
That's why we all have like
That's
the same
exactly what
thoughts
I
at the
feel.
same sort of time, and then like if you don't act on your thoughts, someone else gets the thought, and they can act on it and get the thing.
Yeah.
You know? Like it's
It's
totally
like
a
just
thing.
some big
I
data
do.
bank. You
and
know?
then it's the same thing as like if we're okay, if I can picture it like that, then I can picture it like the same thing, but it's like a soul bank, just like thrown down, you know, and it's like whoever gets brain gets to like grab a certain soul, you know,
Maybe. Yeah.
and then like it's like, and then it just like recycles back into the cloud, and then it's
So are you talking like your it's the karma thing where you fucking reincarnate? So you think that's a thing? By the way, Nate. That's my name. So,
I don't know. Reincarnation has been one thing that I've been on the
Reincarnating.
fence for. On the fence for 4 years, and before that, I said, "Hell no, that's not true." But for the last 4 years, I've been on the fence with it. But I can't say yes, and I can't say no.
I feel like it
why can't you
definitely
say no?
makes sense.
I
But-
can't say no because
So that
Okay, there's
that
so many
bubbling sound
things-
you heard, that was the fish tank.
yeah,
That's the clean.
Had to turn it on for a sec.
Yeah, it's
Oh, I gotta turn it on a sec real quick.
cleaning right now. Yeah. The fish tank.
Ooh,
we like
you
it-
thirsty,
we like
Alex?
Clogged, dude.
Why are you drinking the fish
We like
water?
a clean fucking fish
Fish
tank.
tank's clogged, dude. I think a rock got sucked up in there.
Alex is taking sips of the fish water. It's hella thirsty.
He is thirsty.
I like it when they put in it a lot without it getting clean. Then it's like,
It is pretty clean fish water. I think the filter's on. We'll probably kick on in a second.
Why am I the only one that ever gets water out of it?
No, I get water every
Okay,
time.
good.
Every single time.
Cause I'm like, what the fuck?
I didn't.
Every time I hit it.
It's too
You just
high,
gotta-
man.
I know, it's-
You just gotta feather it.
Okay, it's every first time I hit it. Every time I come over here the first time.
It's because you're not tonguing it enough. You need to tongue it more.
Feather.
Plug it real quick.
Tonguing. Yeah, the tonguing helps. That's the secret.
Oh fuck.
Shove your tongue
Yeah, you
down.
want to
and
get
then-
your tongue really far down.
Alright, we still talking about the fish tank?
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright,
no,
just making sure.
dude.
I was like starting to wonder. What are they talking?
Have you seen those fish tanks where like
I have no
it's a
idea.
fish tank, a beta fish tank, and then it grows plants on top of it?
Yeah,
That
aquaponics.
sounds cool. As
I don't know what it's called.
Yeah,
But
it's
Weed
aquaponics.
plants. Oh wait,
Well, they
yeah,
can grow any
because
plants.
it like uses their poop as like fertilizer.
their poop is fertilizer, and then
Yeah,
they
and then they
eat
give them
the
oxygen.
bad stuff they eat something. They feed off something that the plant throws out in the water.
Yeah. I don't know if you could do it with fish, with weed. You could definitely grow weed in water, though. Like, with hydroponics.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
where
you
that's
could.
where I found it out because I went to go buy.
Can you
like,
grow weed with fish?
No, I went to go buy
No, it's
fucking.
just
I went to
straight
go buy some fertilizer, and I saw the
Ew.
fish thing, and I was like,
Seems
dude,
plausible. You know,
like, can you grow weed in it? And they're like, no.
We moved to
No.
Colorado.
that's what they
try
have
it.
to say about it.
They're just lying. They're
No,
just straight
exactly.
lying.
They're back
But no,
there
they
fucking
were
growing
definitely
weed.
they're
like,
definitely down
fuck
with the
it.
hints
I'm
of
gonna
like,
sell
hey,
this
this is the
and
best
that.
for like your type of girl, and like, you know, doing that. But when it came to the fish thing, they're like, no. And I was like, okay. But they said that the regular hydroponic one would work, and so I was like, oh, okay. But who
Wait,
knows?
what's the regular one? Does it just run like?
It's just
Yeah,
regular
just
water
regular
and
water, and
yeah.
you put in the nutrients and
Oh,
stuff.
okay. Interesting. I want to start growing broccoli sprouts in that.
Broccoli would be
plant
dope.
thing. I heard there's something about broccoli sprouts. I feel like Joe Rogan was talking about it. I haven't actually listened to the podcast, but
Is it like the semen of the earth, like the good semen?
that's probably what he said.
Like the best, the
No,
best
it
source.
had like some
Could come of the
some
earth.
specific thing that it was like good
I'm
at
trying
doing.
to get the good cum in my mouth.
Okay, wait. Broccoli sprouts that grow into broccoli, right? Not like something
think
that
so,
grows
yeah.
into like sprouts.
I'm
'Cause
pretty sure it's
sprouts are
broccoli
like
sprouts.
Yeah,
different.
it's just broccoli.
Yeah, it's baby broccoli.
Okay.
Baby
Okay.
broccoli. I
It's
think.
baby
I'm
I
pretty sure
don't
that's
trust
what it
it
is.
if it's a baby.
That's
That's why you eat it. You don't gotta trust it.
That's
just eat
fucked
it.
up, dog. Just eating babies. Baby broccoli.
That is kind of
That
fucked
is
up.
fucked up. Doesn't
Like-
even get to live its life out, you know, like grow up to be like a medium to big size broccoli.
Only elderly broccoli that's about to die.
It's lived its full broccoli life.
You are a fucking good man.
Ugh.
Broccoli pita.
okay, so have any of you guys heard of this? My friend got into this research thing, and then we like started researching this one thing hella. And okay, the reason we researched it is because some dude, well, this is the first instance we heard. Of course, we came up with tons of other ones, but this dude, he was known for growing like huge squash or something. And so what he would do is he would like get the plant, or like a tomato plant or a squash plant or pumpkin or like any plant that like grows above ground, and he would like get it, and so it'd start to sprout, and then it'd start making its vines and stuff, and he would cut off all the vines. Well, he'd let them get a little big, so they had little tiny like pumpkins or whatever, and then he'd cut them off, all except for one of them, and then he would bury those inside the dirt, and so like.
So it was like eating.
So it would eat itself, but because it like ate itself, it
That's
pretty
just
much
what it needed.
it
to
ate
make a
the
new
pure
one.
nutrients that it needed, and so he would grow like these huge like 50-pound like squashes, 50-pound like tomatoes, like all these huge things.
50-pound
Pac-Man
tomato?
sort
Yeah,
of
and like and so then
50-pound tomato.
yeah, and anything that
Just
grows
like a
on like
tomato
a
that's
vine
just like
thing.
picking up.
You could deadlift.
And, Well, and so then we like hella looked into it, and like there's people all over that just like do that for like contests. But it's like just the
giant pumpkins.
the process
It's kinda
of it
creepy.
is like so crazy because it's
I think you can float down a river.
I
in
wonder
a
if you
giant
could do this
pumpkin.
same thing with a
that
human.
would be crazy.
Yeah.
That would be
I
crazy.
think you can. They're
Alright,
huge.
Let's take a quick break real quick just to make sure it's
Test.
working properly. Alright, we're back.
And it worked.
It
Sure
worked.
worked. What were we talking about before? I feel like I have no idea what we were just talking about.
Cosmos. Bulletproof coffee.
I've heard of that.
I
Have
feel
you
like
tried
I don't
it?
even know what it is though.
Bulletproof coffee is the shit. I love
What
it.
is it?
I have it every day, dude.
What is it?
That shit changed my life. Like, so it's technically it's a special type of coffee bean, like it's mold free because a lot of them have mold. So that's the main premise, but I don't get that one. I just get like Cafe Ibis beans from up in Logan because they're fucking good. But yeah, Logan, like they won 2014's best bean in the nation up in Logan at Cafe Ibis. So,
Best bean in the nation.
yeah,
Wow.
pretty big deal. 2014, I think it was. So
Jeez.
anyway, they got some good coffee. So fuck, what was I saying?
Something about
Bulletproof
moldy coffee.
Coffee changed.
Oh yeah, bulletproof. Right. So I just get my coffee from there, and I'm like, fuck it, whatever. I'm not paying for the extra mold-free things. Because who knows how true that is? It might be kind of true.
I actually heard something about on Joe Rogan's podcast about the bulletproof coffee and the mold-free thing. Like apparently,
Like probably like
all
cheap,
good coffee.
probably like Starbucks.
Doesn't
Like
have
yeah,
fucking
like
cheap
all
coffee.
good coffee.
Like
is the
Folgers
same.
probably has the mold. You know?
Possibly even that. Like the way he made it sound was that like a large percentage
Well,
of it didn't have that same thing.
The statistic that he quotes is it's like 76% of green bean coffee has the mold. So then like you can like pull that quote and like say it about like anything, you know.
Oh, it's because the green bean specifically.
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
more moldy. But it actually green bean coffee boosts your testosterone. Just saying. But
the mold's good.
yeah, so basically
Yeah.
the premise of it is that fat is good for you. You need fat in your body, right? So you need, as long as it's a healthy fat. So your brain is 2/3 fat, and all of the what's it called? The nucleus in all your cells is made of fats. So you need good fats in your body all the time, and that's why like omega-3s, which are like fish oils, are super important for your brain because it grows faster. So anyway, you need fat in your body. So then you put like a tablespoon of grass-fed butter, and so like the cow eating grass instead of like GMO like oats and corn and whatever.
Yeah, that's actually very important.
Yeah. So and it's also like not been sprayed with pesticides. That, you know, like glyphosate, which is Roundup, which is the thing that's sprayed on everything. It was originally marked as a antibiotic. So it's like it's kind of something that just kills everything, and it stops like nutrients from being absorbed as well. And our soil's fucked as fuck. That's why like we don't have like magnesium or iron or anything like in the stuff we grow because we just fuck up everything.
Oh.
Or I don't know, corn ruins everything. Anyway, so you do a tablespoon of grass-fed butter and then a tablespoon of MCT oil. And that's coconut oil concentrated, so it's just like the most powerful parts of it, like put into a concentrate, and then you blend it all up, and it makes like this frothy, amazing drink. Like I'll make bulletproof tea, bulletproof coffee, you know, anything. It's fucking bomb as hell, dude. Like you have
Wait, that's the bulletproof coffee? What you just described? Oh, wow.
Wait, so you add that into your coffee though?
Yeah, and then I put that in a blender, put it in a blender, and it whirs it all up, and then it's bit like frothy on top is this beautiful like brown color. It looks like a nice dark like oak or something. I don't know, I love it, dude.
And so it's like
Tastes so good and it's filling too.
and so
Like
it's only
hot.
2 tablespoons of additives into it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, because I add 1 tablespoon of sugar into my coffee.
Yeah,
today.
it's sugar is probably like the opposite direction of the thing you want to be adding.
Yeah.
Because insulin spikes is pretty much like what contributes to bad things in our life, you know, and inflammation, and that's like sugar is pretty much like not good. But
I
yeah,
definitely love my sugar.
yeah, dude.
But
It's
I
because
eat-
it's
I eat
addicting,
pretty
man.
healthy. Yeah,
It-
it's just
it
like, oh, that
spikes your
instant-
dopamine like crazy.
Instant gratification, dude. Just
Yeah,
like
it's that dopamine.
Dude, I
hit
remember
that
I actually
want.
had a thought the other day that if I could just spend my entire existence in that moment, right when I bite into a
Eating
fresh warm
chocolate
cookie,
is so good.
like that'd be perfect. I could just live in that moment forever. Just
That just
Well,
that mouth.
people
just
can
keeps
eat
that
it,
moment when
yeah.
you're like you're hungry and you bite into like it for the first
Exactly
time.
what you
Well,
want.
Yeah, it's
And-
And you know you have a glass of
you're
milk
like-
too, and so you,
That makes
Or
sense
just
too because
satisfaction.
like okay,
You
so
want, oh, my.
That's all.
I have a
That's
coffee
it,
cup that's
it.
3 cups of coffee in one. And so like I drink that every morning. Now if I drink my coffee straight, I'll still get the energy that I need, but when I drink it with my sugar, the first 3 sips are like, oh,
It tastes so good.
Oh, it's time to wake up. Yes. It's like,
I
oh.
feel ya.
Yeah, the bulletproof coffee is awesome. So like the MCT oil, it does it like actually activates a special thing in your body. It's called ketones. It's ketosis.
Oh,
Have
I've
you
heard
guys
that.
heard of that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll explain it.
Yeah, definitely
do it,
explain
yeah.
it. Yeah.
So basically, your body runs on glucose, your brain and your body, and that's just sugar or carbs, and that's like why they've been saying for the longest time you should drink Powerade when you're, at the gym or like working out or playing football, right? Because it's like quick sugar that spikes your insulin, and you're like, okay, I have energy right now, right? But it has a crash at the end that's not really worth it. So your body has an alternate source of fuel, and it's called ketosis, and then it runs with ketones. So they're like things that can go directly into your brain and give you energy, and it's from fat. So
But
yeah.
it takes longer to burn, right?
So it's a better, cleaner energy, but it's easier for the body to burn glucose.
Yeah.
So it'll burn the glucose if it's there.
Yeah.
So like that's why people that go on super low carb diets and have a high fat diet, like most paleo things.
Yeah.
And
I
then
actually tried that for a little bit.
yeah, I love it. But just because something works for someone else doesn't mean it'll work for you.
Yeah,
Every
exactly.
single person is different. We all have different biology, and we've all come from a different sort of caveman sort of
Yeah.
monkey sort of.
That's what I
Yeah.
I came from a bear.
feel. Yeah. I actually since like 4th grade, I've just kind of grew up being a vegetarian, and like it's
You
always
just never
worked.
liked meat.
Well, my mom did it, and then my sisters did it, and I was like, I'll do it. Like, and I don't know. I've always had a certain kind of respect for animals, and like,
Eating
And I
plants
know
makes you feel so good.
yeah. Well, and I like vegetables and shit
They're
like
so
that. I
good,
used to
dude.
eat really bad, like no vegetables and shit, just like a whole bunch of nasty shit.
Carbs
But,
and
like,
processed
Same.
food.
yeah, shit like that. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like
It's almost like we've been programmed to do that.
I
Since
know,
we
it
were
sucks,
little,
like,
we give all
my
our
whole
kids
life I've
candy all
been
the time,
eating
trick or
shit.
treat, Halloween.
Like, and only recently I've been
Easter
eating
is
healthy.
all about candy.
Yeah,
Why?
that's how I feel.
Why haven't I been eating healthy?
Christmas is all about.
Because that's like the most important
Fuck
time of
yeah.
your life when you're growing. Why?
Fuck yeah.
Why wasn't I eating healthy during? Why was I waking up eating fucking
Because we've been
cereal?
lied to, dude.
And
your
cheap,
parents
like,
are
milk
the
from
ends,
cows
your
that
parents
have
have been lied
antibiotics,
to.
like,
Their
the
parents have
sugar
been lied
companies,
to.
dude.
We've
I
been
know,
The
it's
lied
sugar
crazy.
companies came in, they
It's
lied about
insane.
fat. They made
It's
fat
insane.
the victim, and then they made things
Yeah.
low fat, and then snuck in sugar in them.
Uh-huh.
And then everyone's like, cool, it's low fat.
Yeah,
and then
and it
everyone
tastes so
started,
good, so no
people
one's gonna
just
fight
started
it.
counting calories and counting how much I'm eating and how much I'm exercising. It's not about
Yeah,
that. It's
I know,
about your
it's-
hormones.
I
It's
know.
about your vitamins. It's about everything else.
It's about eating natural shit that Mother Nature has made. It's so weird because like the farther you step away from that,
yeah,
it's like the
farther
worse
off.
it gets.
You're
the close.
people don't want to admit that they're animals, and they're
Yeah.
here on the earth that was exactly made perfect for them. But damn, we're fucking animals, like, and act like it.
Mhm.
Get back
Yeah.
to nature. Rewild.
Yeah, that would be cool.
But
Just
then-
go back to hunter-gatherer days, some shit like that.
See,
or-
well, if you
I
think
don't know,
about
I don't know
it,
technology.
that's weird because that's kind of like a step backwards.
Or like-
if you think about it,
You
you
don't
know.
wanna
well,
Like,
do we
that's where
need
we
to
used
do
to
we
be.
need to take a step back to take a step?
We don't need to
forward?
take a step back.
That's
We need
fine.
to realize what we're doing wrong, and then take what we're doing right.
Yeah.
And move forward in that
Because we
direction.
have
Exactly.
so much knowledge right
Dude,
now.
'cause,
We're
like,
just
our
not applying all of it
Our
in the
cell
best way.
phones, like we're electric beings, Like we have everything we're doing is like electromagnetic, right? And we're also we're all sorts of beings. Like we've got all sorts of energy and shit going through us. So but our cell phones, they have like this frequency that goes out. Same with our Wi-Fi, and it's been like identified to not be good, like to have like around you and like in your balls. Like it makes sure like you have less sperm if it's in your pocket and stuff. And so it would be easy as fuck. Like they also have like these things with electricity that you can use that like actually reactivate your mitochondria, the powerhouse of your cell, give you more energy and like all this sort of stuff. So they could probably turn this Wi-Fi and stuff like into a friendly hertz. Because we've all heard of the hertz, and like binaural
yeah.
beats and shit. So like they just don't have it at something that
Wow.
is good for humans. Like,
That's
it's at like a
crazy. Yeah, just-
microwave sort
Just
of level.
change
you
it,
know?
Yeah.
tune it up or down a little bit
So-
to a
but
frequency
nobody's
that
working
helps.
on that problem because
That's
they don't
insane.
care. But it's an
That's
interesting
such
thing.
an
Like,
insane
so what if
idea,
instead
dude?
of it
That'd be
hurting
so
us,
crazy
it
if
was
that
like
worked.
supercharging us all the
Yeah,
time?
like
you know?
just giving us like motivation.
But
like,
okay, so
Okay, so
so
what if it was bad for animals? Though?
yeah, what if it helped us but fucked all the birds?
Well, fuck.
okay,
Like it's fucking the bees already. Big us.
Well, yeah, it's fucking us already. We just
and
we're fucking like dumb as fuck and like
We don't even know it.
no, yeah, dude. Half the people you meet are fucking walking with their eyes closed.
Dude, I hate to say things like that. I
It's
honestly
sad.
hate to say this because it's like, no, nigga, I want to give everyone the benefit of the doubt.
Dude, no,
That's
But
how-
sometimes,
that's how I
like,
feel about it.
it's like, damn.
they have the potential to
Damn,
not be
dude.
that and to be incredible people.
Yeah.
That is the benefit of the doubt you're giving them. But they're blind. They've had something pulled over their eyes by our government, by whatever the fuck, by it's the government, man. But I don't know
Yeah.
who it is.
Just.
It's probably like big corporations that want money that think that it's better to have. But I don't know. There's a lot of really, really cool corporations coming out that do a lot of good shit.
Yeah.
Like Google. Thank God Google is good, you know, because they're like huge as fuck.
Who knows what Google's doing, honestly, dude. They have access to so much data.
They
My
seem like
favorite
good
thing
people,
about
though.
my favorite thing about Google is the CEO announced, like, it was either last year or the year before, that and he's old. He's got gray hair. He's old.
Yeah.
But he said by the time that he could die, as a normal human being, we'll already have the technology to extend our lives.
Dude, we do. All of us
Yeah.
should live to be at least 120. Like, as of right now, based on all of
That's
all
true.
stuff.
If you look in the past 20 years, what's happened? Imagine 40 years from now. I'll be 64. That's not even that old.
Dude,
And that and it's just growing faster and faster and faster.
this next people that are set to die are the very first group of human beings that are dying at a younger age on average than the people before them. We've continually grown, and then we're finally at a point where it's less. Yeah, I know. Because we've been fucked, dude. Like, people have been fucked. They've been fed a bullshit lie for a long time.
Yeah.
Low fat, high sugar diet. It's
But that's
fucked
what's cool about the internet
Yeah,
too, is
I was
because you
just
can
gonna
just
say, yeah.
converse with people in Florida
Now we can
and like
spread
Canada, and,
information,
like,
dude.
Any
yeah, and
bit
say,
of
hey,
truth.
dude,
You
I
don't
found
just
this
have
out.
Fox
Like,
News
here's
telling you
this.
what's going on.
Yeah.
you know?
And that's why, like okay, with
That's
my
why
job,
podcasts are this shit.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
can hear you.
and with like my job, like the people that talk to me all day are the people that don't know about Google, don't know about like searching up your own information, like don't know about finding your own
Wild for me that
information.
there's people like that.
And that's all I talk to all day long for 8 hours a day. And so it's like half the time I'm on Google and it's making me solve my issue. It's getting me to the next person.
Google
And it's
is
like
shit.
if you would have typed in exactly what you told me, the first thing could have said, "Hey, do this," and
Yeah.
boom, you're ready.
No,
But-
really. It's a new age, dude.
It's-
you can do
And
anything
Google
you
can
want.
dream. Google has a
Yeah.
machine that can dream, and so it's like too cool.
What I've noticed with like
They're making
Google or
cars, too, that drive
anything,
themselves.
Google or anything, like
Apple
the
too,
coolest
man.
thing I can think of, the coolest fucking thing I could think of ever in the world, I can Google it and find it.
Yeah.
It's so cool. You're like,
Yeah.
how can I do anything? Oh, that's
But it's like,
thanks,
I'm
YouTube.
sure
Well, no,
I've
like-
already done this.
Well, it's like, fuck, I thought I was the only person who thought
Nope.
that.
You know what's weird is because back in the day, people probably really believed that. They
Yeah.
probably really believed that they were the first person to ever do something or think of something, and now it's pretty much everything, like you said.
Yeah.
Well, and Amazon's gonna start having drones fly to your fucking
I
house.
think that's so cool, honestly.
I think it's cool, but at the same
That is
time,
cool.
you know how many
Crazy shit.
jobs that
I would
immediately
wait and, like,
cancels?
See.
I think that gives
But-
people the ability to grow into producing something more. Because your fucking purpose in life is not to deliver fucking packages.
Yeah,
You know? I don't know.
Exactly.
but
That's-
you get paid
And that's
hella
car-
good
that's
for
less
it.
cars
Dude, and it
driving.
makes jobs
Yeah.
for people who make drones. Unless
Oh,
you
but that's the cool thing.
unless you make
There you go.
machines
then it
that
makes-
make drones, which you should. Because you shouldn't just have someone doing a mindless job of doing
Yeah,
the same
you
thing
should have
over and
people
over.
making machines.
Exactly. Yeah, and then people making the people. You know what I mean? I know.
And then the machines making the people that make the people.
Exactly. We are.
Dude, we are the machines, exactly.
God is a machine.
Maybe.
That's why it's cool. Like on the Matrix when like, this is the part that got me. It's like okay.
Spoon?
No, okay. Oh,
Okay,
that
sorry.
part
My
hella
bad.
got me.
My bad.
Alright, no way.
There is no
Okay,
spoon.
when he's like, okay, from learning about how colors and everything in life, sound, feel, everything is just like a certain vibration, you know.
Yeah, string theory.
And then watching Matrix, and then see when he breaks through the veil of life, and everything just turns into numbers. And like he can see everything, but it's just numbers because he can like comprehend like what the numbers are.
Yeah.
And then he dodges a million bullets.
Okay.
I'm like, oh my god, you know, he just like tuned into the vibrations and saw all the vibrations, which are all numbers, because
All
you
the
can like,
possibilities.
yeah, and then like went around there, and I was like, oh my goodness sakes,
So basically, just became aware of everything that was happening.
of everything in an what is it called when you like,
He was
when
able
you
to stop
see
time,
something, or when
which
you
is cool.
you know, when you hear something, like what is it called when you
Awareness.
transfer that
Oh,
a wave
like
into your perception?
Oh yeah.
You completely destroy your
Yeah.
perception of everything, and like I
It
feel
gets
like
diluted.
yeah, your
It's not-
perception
well, it's
is
not-
all just like a bunch of waves and numbers that
Well,
you're
how can we
perceiving
slow
in
down
a certain
time?
way.
Like, it seems like sometimes, like if you're like falling really fast, or like if you're doing anything really scary, that like, or like even if you're fucking bored, like time seems to be able to stretch sometimes for us. You know.
And when you're
Yeah,
having
it's-
fun, it
It's something about like the perception of time, but time's
Well,
supposed to be an illusion.
Time is a
so-
variable. It's not an illusion. It's a
I
variable.
don't know. Einstein says it's an illusion, albeit a very persistent one.
Well, yeah, it is definitely an illusion, because it's like it's just
It's
us
something we
measuring
created,
something
but
essentially.
you're
But
right.
the thing is,
The
it
passing
does
of
speed
time,
up and
like,
it does slow down.
people's
depending
organs
on
do
certain things.
deteriorate and
You know?
rate.
It's
The
all-
sun
it's
goes
all
up and it
relative.
goes
Yeah, it's
down.
relative. Exactly, it's a variable. It's like it's a one little number in equation that's dependent
How many times
upon
a
the
sun
other
goes
numbers.
up and down?
Depending on the situation.
well, and
Yeah,
also
yeah,
like
exactly.
when people
the
calculate
Earth
things
goes around
for
the
like traveling through
Earth
space and like
rotates.
making spacecrafts and stuff, they say it's about space and time together, and
Yeah,
so it's
as,
like
like, the
there's
same
certain
thing, like-
space. Everything takes up space, but then there's time, which is a weird thing that we like go along.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the fourth dimension. It's like another dimension in space, basically.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
And
It's
so that's
trippy to
why,
think about.
like,
So
okay,
trippy.
and I always get weird feedback when I say it, but like, I always have this theory that like the fourth dimension is time, but it's in time not in a way of like you're counting it, but in a way of like, imagine taking a snapshot of when like the first atom was created, and then it's taking a snapshot when that atom expanded, and then taking a snapshot anytime that an atom
Like, all
moves.
stacked into one.
So like and then like so it's like a bunch of papers on top of each other, you know, like a
And you
flip
can
book.
Choose which one.
And then you just kind of flip through it, and so then like the other three dimensions before it are making what we have receptors for, so we can see, but we can't really see the fourth dimension because we don't have receptors for that like flip book. It's like
For
somebody-
those frequencies, maybe.
yeah, and
Like-
so like we try, we make seconds and stuff, and we can like kind of match it up together, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
who fucking knows?
Well,
It
everybody,
pretty much
everybody
controls
experiences everything differently.
Wait, if you think about it, what is a vibration? It's basically just something happening over time. So maybe time is outside of the realm of vibration. It's not a vibration anymore. Maybe time is what controls all of vibrations. Because if you think about it, a
So
vibration is
vibration
always
at
measured in
once.
hertz, and a hertz
It's
is
vibration
how
of time.
like how much it's happening per second.
Right.
It's measured in time.
That's the only thing we can understand.
Every wave is measured in how frequent it's happening, because
Yeah.
that's the only way to measure it, because
It's a frequency.
it's constantly happening, you know.
The change between what it's doing from one time to another.
Yeah. How long does it take from it to go to the bottom wave to the top wave, and then the bottom wave and top
Yeah.
wave? And what's the difference between those two bottom waves and the top
In
wave?
that now moment. No.
And that creates color, that creates pitch, that we
It's
hear.
so weird
that
that
creates
color is
everything.
made from like different.
I know, I love it.
Slower,
Okay,
or
so
faster
I watched
waves.
this thing.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix. It might be still. I watched it last year, but it's called How to Grow a Planet, and so it's just like 4 or 5 series documentary. They're each like an hour long or whatever. It talks about like how you grow a planet to like live on. You know, of course it's theory, but they were talking about, they have all this scientific evidence, and they were talking about how plants were like, okay, so the Earth was just like a big ball of water, and then like light was coming from the sun into this ball of water, and in the middle of this ball of water it was heating up and making like physical land, and when the light waves were hitting this ball of water, at the top they would be like purple, and then they would slow down because they're starting to go through water,
Change the frequency of
and
the
they
light.
would and they'd go to blue, and then like green and stuff. And so they say that where the Earth was actual solid in the middle of it, that's where plants started to form because of the oxygen inside, the oxygen from the light hitting the hydrogen and oxygen. And so it hit that and made stuff that created plants. And because plants were at the very deep end of the ocean, they got that certain frequency of a green wave. And so that's why they turned green. And then, like, the ocean, like, it had the two frequencies, the purple frequency at the top and then the deeper blues in the middle. And they kind of forced together and made, like, the blue color that it is now. And then, like, the plants started to come out of the ocean. And they'd crawl because they were crawling because they needed, like, light and oxygen and stuff like that. That was coming from
So they were
the
kind of
sun.
being pulled towards
So they were
the
being
surface
pulled towards
by
it.
the light.
Yeah, and then, like, that, and then they said that, like, plants took over what became solid land, and then, like, it got wiped out, and then they came back up, and then they made, like, insects and stuff to, like, eat them and stuff, because those, like, evolved from certain
Is it
things
because the
inside
planets
ocean.
got wiped out that the insects were able to, like, then thrive? Like, did it create an environment for
What would the insects eat, though?
I don't know. Well, the only reason I'm asking...
Well, when in the series it said that when the plants got wiped from the... Okay, of course there's life going on inside the ocean. But when the plants got, like, wiped out on the sea, or on the surface, it killed everything on it because the things that lived on top of the solid surface thrived off plants. And so when the plants were dead, they couldn't swim, and so they all died. And then they came back up, and then they started making more sophisticated, like, things. And then, like, it talks about all this crazy stuff where, like, flowers was one of, like, the last, like, evolutions of, like, plants because now plants are, like, so
Well, flowers
evolved
rely
that-
on insects.
Yeah.
Flowers rely on
Yeah.
insects. So if there was no insects, then the flower. would
Wait,
make
so the
sense.
plants came up from the sea and then died?
Yeah, they died because something.
Well, maybe
said-
that created like bacteria.
Yeah, like.
And then
Well,
that
the only reason I asked
eventually
that
evolved
question
into insects.
The only reason I asked that
Or something
question
like
is
that.
because if you think about it, the only reason we are so advanced today is because the dinosaurs lived before us to create fossil fuels.
Well, and what it says in
everything around us is because of fossil fuels, honestly.
Carbon, yeah.
there, and what it says in there is
all this is possible because we have gasoline machines.
lizards and
Because we chose to
and
pursue
those-
that route, we probably could have done
Yeah.
it a different way.
lizards and, like,
Slower way.
amphibians and
This
stuff.
way. I don't know.
They were, like,
Maybe
taking
not.
over land, you know, like mammals tried to evolve, but mammals couldn't evolve enough because the lizards were eating everything, you know, they were getting so big and so evolved. And so when the meteor, or whenever something happened on the earth that killed all the,
Probably wasn't.
well, I honestly
Chances
think it
are
was,
high.
but whenever the
planets all
the extinction happened, it wiped out the lizards, the big lizards that were on
the
land.
lizard people that are actually controlling us,
Yeah.
and the government is lizard people. They don't
And then
wipe them all out.
Yeah,
The
and then it let
dinosaurs just turned into
the
the
mammals
Illuminati.
evolve.
Watch us all be assassinated, like next podcast.
Yeah, and because of that, it let the mammals evolve.
Not me,
and
I got
everything.
dibs on it, not be me.
Second dibs.
Fuck yeah, right?
I'm
You
good
only
at
need
being
two of
assassinated.
them.
I'll take it for the two since I brought it
Hell
up.
yeah, good on you.
We'll see.
What were you saying?
Some good karma right there.
And dinosaurs got extinct so that mammals could evolve, so that monkeys could evolve, so that we could evolve.
Oh, I see.
So
what
if-
what's
if
after us?
It never, who knows, maybe it could, like, wipe us out again with another thing. And then, like, maybe, like, something else can evolve.
What's weird to think is that something is going to happen.
Yeah.
Like guaranteed.
Statistically.
Guaranteed. Time is not going to stop flowing. Like
Yeah.
something is going to
There's
happen. We're either
asteroids
going to
flying past
evolve.
us.
We're either going to evolve into something that can like.
We're always mutating.
Yeah, that's true. It's
Yeah.
very possible.
And then, dude,
like-
there was multiple like mass extinctions of humans.
Yeah.
Multiple.
Oh, of
And then,
like all the humans. You think?
Yeah. Well, dude.
Not all of them.
No,
You
they
got- you
definitely
got-
not
well,
all.
not-
Well, I mean,
well, like-
maybe God
well,
did.
not
He could
like-
put new ones down
Not
there.
well, not
No,
not not
honestly,
all
the
of them.
Mormon
But
God
there was
the best.
multiple.
He's pretty good at doing that.
There was
multiple-
He's got practice.
The Mormon God.
like ice ages and
He's my
like shit
favorite
like
god.
shit like that, you know, because I don't know if you've ever heard of Graham Hancock,
I have heard of him.
but he's
Grab
got
my cock.
Graham Graham Hancock, Jerry, but I don't know if you've ever heard of
He's already grabbed
I
it.
hear it every day, dude. I hear it every day.
Graham Hancock. He wrote this book called like I think it's called like magicians of the gods, or some shit like that. I forgot I think that might be what it's called. But it was a dope fucking journalist, and he was on the Rogan podcast a couple times. But he thinks that the Sphinx from Egypt was a lot older than it really is, because there's actually like water erosion marks on it, and
it's not from rain.
Like magical.
Well, it is from rain, but
Very
it's from a time when there was so much rain that it was almost the tropical paradise.
yeah,
Oh, really?
They have physical proof of it.
exactly.
That's
The
So that
documentary
should
on, like,
be
magical
so
Egypt.
long
Our
ago.
whole picture of like the Egyptians living in like this sandy desert thing is like,
And you gotta think about
possibly
the
entirely
stones.
false. And
The
they
It's
were
stones
going
like,
on right now.
they were in like a jungle, basically.
the stones they got from the pyramid were from like hundreds of miles away.
Well, Egypt's like in the
shipped
smack dab
down
of
the
Africa,
Nile or some
right?
shit.
No,
Like-
Egypt is at the top right.
The north,
very top right.
Okay, I see.
Right
They-
next to the Middle East.
They had
It's kinda
to
close
have.
to the
They had
Gulf.
to have had some like gnarly technology, dude. Like
Oh,
just
they
some
did.
shit
build
that
the
was
pyramids.
just to
Probably
build the
crystals.
pyramids and everything,
Yeah,
and like
it's
Well,
insane.
who knows? But
Crystals and good
and-
vibes and love.
and eventually, like
And semen.
they think because a lot of the pyramids are like perfect as fuck, you know.
Yeah.
But
Dude, and
the-
don't they represent like the speed of light or like the distance from?
The golden ratio.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Golden
but
ratio.
Really?
it's
Yeah.
a wild
yeah,
shit.
a lot.
Well,
a
that's
lot,
why
the-
they were so fascinated.
a lot of them
That's
are
insane.
perfect as fuck, but and those are the really really old ones, and the ones that are like newer, like the knockoff
More
ones, you know,
modern. Oh.
they are not as perfect because
Really?
they're not like the same.
What do you mean by newer? Like just a little, like ahead of...
because the Sphinx, the head of the Sphinx wasn't even original. They think that
Mhm.
a lot of the
It was
people
carved
think
out.
they did undig the Sphinx, and it wasn't even that pharaoh's head. It was something completely different.
Oh.
But you know how humans do when you find something that's nice and you kill all the people
Yeah,
there.
you put
Yeah.
your head up
That's
there,
my
right?
head, baby.
Yeah, and then
Chop that head off from mine up.
you're like, oh, they got dope pyramids. Let's try and build some, but then they fuck them up.
Yeah.
There's dude.
That's
Humans have been
crazy,
around
dude.
for a long
It's
time.
so crazy
Ancient
to think, like,
civil-
what the
dude.
fuck has
Nope.
actually happened
Nope.
in
Long
the past.
time.
The Bible.
Well,
The Bible, dude,
and it's crazy because
About the Bible.
it's real, dude.
No,
It's real as
humans are
fuck.
only about 6,000. Yeah, I know the Bible's real. So humans are only about 6,000 years. They've been here for about that long. The Earth, the dinosaurs are actually from another planet. Other planets that the Earth was made from.
no, we walked feet. The Bible says that we walked feet with dinosaurs,
Really?
Really?
We just
with huge lizards.
we just
No, not like we like were
millions of
herds
years
with them.
ago.
Like we walked on the same Earth at the same
Dude, we just
time.
have
We were
homies.
homies.
Like,
Did we ride them around and shit?
No.
whatever, I guarantee if there's people
I don't
back then.
think
And then
somebody
there's
tried to ride one.
there's Mayan temples or like
Especially
little
if
temple
alcohol was
things.
invented back then.
There was this one Mayan temple that they discovered like 4 years ago that
Does
had
the Bible
like
say anything about dinosaurs?
do it.
I did.
And God damn it, now I'm lost. Okay, there's this Mayan temple that they found had vines all over it, just like you could tell it's just old as fuck. And they saw like little engravings on it that were like they looked like stegosauruses
Oh, yeah?
and like all these crazy dinosaurs. But
See, but like what? Like that's trippy, but I don't know. I just feel like a drawing on a thing. Like,
But,
niggas
yeah.
can draw whatever they want
Exactly,
to draw, whenever they want to
exactly.
draw it. Like,
And then did you hear about that civilization that there's no people of course, but they found it out because of some type of radar that they just came out with, fucking like MODAR or fucking some
what does
weird
it
thing.
do? What is it?
It like shoots like some
Oh
pulse.
shit! Can I read this to you? This is cool.
Yeah.
All right. So it says, so obviously the people that want to bash on the Bible say that it never mentions it, but those that say it does mention it, I guess it never actually uses the word dinosaur,
No.
but it uses the Hebrew word, and I'm probably not saying this right, tanian, which is translated a few different ways in our English Bibles. Sometimes it's sea monster and sometimes it's serpent. It's most commonly translated dragon. The tanian appear to have been some sort of giant reptile. These creatures are mentioned nearly 30 times in the Old Testament and were found both on land and in the water.
Yeah, they didn't say dinosaurs because that's a
that's a new word.
English new word, but big reptiles that were.
But is this
really
in the
big.
current Bible, or is this in the Bible before it had been edited like the millions?
Well,
of times that it's been edited?
so the Bible has stayed almost the same throughout.
Really?
But here's the thing, is that when you
There's this
translate
quote in
from
Job.
one language to another language, you're gonna lose about 10% of your content because some things you just can't translate. Some things are words that you can like group them together and say it's kind of like this, but you can't exactly describe it unless somebody actually knows that language.
Yeah.
Then you can say that word and it means something different than what you're grouping it as in another language, because that's the only fucking word you have for it.
Yeah.
Maybe it was like an anaconda.
It's like when you say simulation, Mike.
Anacondas
Like
get big.
there's so many words for simulation, but the most common word for simulation is a computer simulation.
Yeah.
And so it's like you're translating that from I don't know even, but yeah, but like that's why I think it would be cool to like.
Wait, what was that thing you were talking about? That new type of radar?
Oh, okay. So there's this new type of radar that they made like 2 years ago, and I forgot exactly what it does, but it's like a little radar that they shoot out of a plane, and it can kind of like see what's underneath. Like it can kind of see like hard
Like
surfaces and
into
stuff
the-
like that.
Into the earth.
Like just a little bit into the earth, and so they scanned it over this one forest that was a forest, and they found this whole like modern day civilization, you know, like it had like all of the plumbing systems that we have, like all of like these certain like systems.
Just buried? Like,
yeah, and it's completely buried under forest.
wow.
And so then they went into it, and
How do I do not hear about this shit? Like, this is
Dude,
crazy
because-
shit. Like,
Because like the scientists who are teaching people shit that they're like already like caught up with their egos and who've learned the shit and all this shit, they don't want to accept that there's new information out there. It's just science is a religion to them, and they're not willing to change. Yeah, it's not. It's just new information.
It's insane.
People aren't willing to change if they've been going around like. teaching
Which
the
is
same
why
thing
I
for so
think
long.
there's still death, because it's still needed. People still need to die because we still get stuck in our ideas, and new people have to get born that have a fresh perspective, and they literally get a seat. They literally get to choose whatever idea they like the most. You know, they don't have that like embedded ideas already that we have. You know, we're gonna die, and our kids get to pick our best ideas, just like we're picking our parents' best ideas right now. You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of interesting. It's like death is part of it. It's required.
Mm-hmm.
well,
Which maybe one point it won't be. You know,
Once
maybe
we
we'll be
figure-
able to
once we
change.
figure it out.
Maybe at some point we'll be able to change so willingly that death will become unnecessary, and maybe at that point we'll be ready to discover that technology.
Yeah.
Yes.
But even if I die this time and like, and I don't know, maybe I'll get reincarnated or at least like some piece of me or like whatever, because maybe I'll get jumbled up. Who the fuck knows?
So it's
But
basically like you're not dying anyway.
Yeah,
You're still continuing
like-
your story.
maybe I'll figure it out one day. And
Matter can't be destroyed or created.
Yeah, exactly. Like where am I gonna go? That's what I'm saying.
Well, it's
Like,
just the consciousness. We've already identified that we're not the bodies.
That's
It's
true.
Just, it's like, where does
That's
the
true.
observer go?
I feel like
what
this,
does he observe
I feel like
now?
the way I like to see it is like this is like a magnifying glass kind of, and like consciousness is just like flowing everywhere, but like here it's like really condensed, kind of like a black hole, how it like sucks in everything around it. Like consciousness is floating everywhere, but like so lightly. But in all of us, it's like packed together. Like gravity has like sucked consciousness to this point, because the way our body is designed, maybe it's like goes hand in hand with the way our body is designed, and like just attracts this
I
consciousness.
think it's
to
such
it.
an interesting thought.
maybe we're just parasites to that whole consciousness.
Because our bodies are like 10 parts bacteria to 1 part cell. So like, what if we're all just
That's
like a
my new
bacteria?
religion, dude. That's my
What
new
if we're
religion.
all just a bacteria on the earth? You know, like that's all just a natural thing. that
From a
naturally
certain
happens
perspective,
from
we
life.
are,
Like,
like,
everything is
oh,
like
yeah,
a fractal, you know, like in itself. Like we have bacteria in us, we're bacteria on something, and
Yeah.
like that's bacteria of like a bigger solar system.
Yeah, and then it's
thing,
like, what's the Earth for, and then what's the whole galaxy
It's
for?
cool.
It's like
it's
it
really cool.
probably forms like some big collective
Living
thing.
a big old
That's
clock.
part of another.
A big grandfather
another
clock that's
thing.
just.
That's
why
why
we
part
all
of
have to
it.
work
We're
together
in
to
a
help each
grandfather
other out.
clock shop next to a bunch of grandfathers.
And then
They're all different realities, dude. Like,
we're just like in the background while a porno's being shot or something like weird.
It's possible, dude, because like if you look at this atom on this chair here, like that goes on for infinity. You could zoom into that
There's
literally forever.
infinite
Like,
realities in that, I'm sure.
like, who knows what
Who knows?
could actually be going on when you go down to the the smallest perspective that we can't even comprehend.
That would be cool if we got a fucking microscope strong enough where we could see like another another universe.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we have
I
microscopes
think I
that
might go to
can
Logan
view like
It's still pretty
I
fun.
don't know, like
everything.
bacteria
And so like
shit, small
yeah,
things.
and just watching bacteria grow and stuff, it's like those videos are like, damn, son.
They are cool.
Wonk, wonk. It's
But
like
what's
birth,
in the bacteria?
birth and birth and birth and birth and birth and birth and birth everywhere and no baby, just more birth.
No baby.
Yeah.
Okay, the reason I say that is because when a baby's born and the atoms, it goes from like one little ball to two little balls. And then it goes from two little balls
like
to four.
a
And then,
zygote to a
Yeah.
prokaryotic, eukaryotic.
Copying.
yeah, and then that's
Copy.
exactly what like
It
when
just keeps on
bacteria
multiplying.
grows it does the same wah, 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 wah,
Meiosis or
wah, wah.
mitosis or what's it called? Fucking something like that. That's the splitting of it, right?
Oh yeah, I definitely learned about that in something.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
like
some
ninth
school.
grade or
School.
8th grade.
I feel like I even learned about that in college, and I still don't remember
Probably,
much
we
about
do.
it. Like, I've never been super interested in biology that much,
Me neither.
or like any like study of
I
the
like
earth.
science.
Like for some reason, geology never interested me that much.
I like it now that I
animals.
like crystals.
I like physics. Physics is dope, dude. I love physics and chemistry. I never actually took chemistry,
I feel like you
but I know chemistry is
It is
basically like
dope.
everything. Like it pretty much is like the construction of everything. Like,
Yeah.
You probably like psychology and then philosophy.
yeah,
Yeah,
I took some psychology. I
Science
took
is
philosophy. I
dope.
took
I
humanities.
think you'd like that. You'd like philosophy. If you like to
Possibly.
talk. If you like to talk and to think out loud, then you'd like philosophy.
Possibly.
It just depends on who your fucking philosophy teacher is and if you agree with what
Yeah,
they say. But
that's true.
like, hopefully, they're just one that's like lets you think your own thing. Because that's what philosophy is about, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what should be driving it. Like just that curiosity
Oh yeah.
that we have. You know.
You see what mixing a couple of different ingredients of people, right?
Yeah.
Makes happen. Like what combination?
Yeah.
Like what,
Dude,
what
it
plus
always reminds-
us plus us plus
This
us
always makes
equals
me
what?
think of music. Like it's like a chord. It's like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
chord being created. Like
Mhm.
A and like B minor and like
That's
boom,
cool.
it's all combined and creating this like harmonized like frequency. Like
Vibration.
overall, it's like
Our
this.
vibrations
It's
are
like our
making
smaller.
music together.
Yeah, it's like our smaller frequencies are like
That's a
tapping
cool
together
thought. I
at
like
certain
that.
points,
I like that.
creating an overall frequency.
And then if we get enough people together doing the same thing, then all that vibration can do some amazing things together, right? Like,
Yeah.
like create big change, move mountains with our faith. Smaller than a
Maybe.
mustard seed, right?
yeah.
That's what they say. All right. I love you guys. It's been real and it's been good.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
dope, dude. That was a solid one.
It's been
It's
good.
a solid one. Oh, solid one.
Really short, but let's call it on that.
Yeah. It's good to have some fucking new niggas on.
Yeah. More new people. If any of you guys listening want to get on, just fucking hit one of us up.
Yeah, dude.
Come join, dude.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Much
It's
love.
honestly easier than you might think.
Huh?
Yeah. Honestly.
Thanks for
Yeah.
listening. Peace out.
Deuces.